Hey makers, it's Miss Michele from the Creation Station, and this week we will be painting a scene inspired by the Coachella Music Festival. Set at the Empire Polo Club in Indio, California, this desert music and arts festival has taken place every year since 1999. Originally set up as a 2-day event from 1999 to 2006, the festival expanded to 3 days in 2007 and eventually added a second weekend in 2012. This music festival showcased legendary artists like the Beastie Boys, Prince, and Sir Paul McCartney, alongside emerging artists such as the Black Eyed Peas in 2003 and Mumford & Sons in 2011. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, 2020 was the first time in 19 years that the festival was not held. The festival also showcases impressive works of art by artists from around the world. While my painting is based on images of the festival at sunset, you are welcome to customize the image to any time of day. Now let's gather our supplies. In today's video, I'm using an 11-inch by 14-inch flatboard canvas, but you can use any size for your own piece. You will also need 2 paper plates for this scene, one to mix custom colors and the other as a template for the Ferris wheel. You'll also need a paper towel to clean off your brushes, and a cup or 2 of water to rinse out your brushes between each color. For the paint colors, we will be using black, white, blue, purple, pink, neon red, neon orange, and yellow acrylic paint. In this video, the brushes I'm using are a 1/2-inch flat brush, an 1/8-inch flat brush, a small detail brush, and an optional 1/4-inch brush. You will also need to create a template for the inner circle of your Ferris wheel. I made mine by tracing a roll of masking tape and creating a donut or tire shape. Cut it out and set it aside for later. I also recommend using the drop cloth for the last part of our piece. Now that we have everything ready, let's paint. As always, we'll start with our sky. Take your 1/2-inch brush, dip into your blue paint, and paint a straight strip of blue at the top of your canvas that is about 1 inch thick. You can add some black to make the color a little darker. Next, dip into your purple paint and paint a 1 to 2 inch section below the blue and blend up. Use long strokes to make sure the sky is smooth. Go ahead and rinse and dry your brush, then dip into the neon red paint. We're going to add a small section right below the purple. Clean off your brush and then dip into the pink paint and paint right below the red and blend both colors into the purple. Rinse and dry your brush, then dip into the neon orange. We're going to paint about a 1 inch section below the pink and blend up into the other colors. Clean your brush again and then dip into the yellow paint. I recommend painting from a little bit below the halfway point of the canvas and then up into the neon orange section. Go ahead and clean your brush, then dip into the white paint. In a few scattered areas, streak the paint through each section and then partially blend. This will create the appearance of dissolving smoke from the stage pyrotechnics. Now let's go ahead and make our stars. Take the white paint and add 6 to 10 drops of water until you get the consistency of milk. Using your 1/8-inch flat brush, dip into the paint and then carefully flick it with your finger onto the sky area. This will create the appearance of stars. Next, it's time to make our mountains. We're going to make our mountain mix, which is 1 scoop of purple, 1 scoop of white, and a dab of black. Mix well until you get a dusty purple. Then, take your 1/8 inch flat brush and mark out your mountain range. When you're happy with the shape, go ahead and fill it in with the rest of the color. When you finish with the mountain range, go ahead and clean and dry your 1/2 inch brush and dip it into the black paint. You will fill in the remainder of the canvas with black. When you finish painting, you will want to wait 10 to 20 minutes for your canvas to completely dry for the next part. Once dry, take your clean paper plate and place it on the left side of the canvas and trace it with black paint and your 1/8 inch brush. When finished, take your donut template, place it in the middle of the circle, and trace the outer and inner circles with black paint. Fill in the middle sections completely with black. Next, we're going to create the spokes of the Ferris wheel. Draw a straight line down from the top to the bottom and from the right to the left so that you're cutting the wheel into fourths. Then, cut those sections in half with another spoke. And then finally, add another line in between the smaller sections you just created. At the end of each spoke, go ahead and add a small square attached to a line to create our passenger cars. When your Ferris wheel is outlined, we'll go ahead and make our palm trees. In black paint, draw 3 to 4 straight lines to the right of the Ferris wheel at different heights. Then, using a series of X brush strokes, paint the skirt of the palm tree at each line. Then, use the edge of the 1/8 inch flat brush to create the arches of the palm leaves, and then, using the detail brush, paint the palm fronds in a quick swoop motion from the arch out. Next, we'll add a top coat of neon orange to the palm trees and our Ferris wheel. This will help with the lower half of the wheel being more visible. I recommend using the clean paper plate and the donut template to help with the round shapes. Also, I use my finger in blending out some of the sections that are too harsh from the brush. Next, we'll add lights to the Ferris wheel. Take your detail brush, flip it around, and then dip the end into your white paint. Go ahead and carefully dot white lights to the center, and then on each spoke, dot white, pink, red, and yellow. You're also going to add some dots to the inner wheel. Now it's time to get messy. We're going to create some custom colors, add some water to each color, and then splatter on the canvas to create the effect of light trails you would typically see in a photo. We're going to mix up a light blue, a green, a light purple, neon orange, pink, and yellow. Remember to add a few drops of water and then flick the paint all over the lower half of the canvas. You can add as much or as little trails as you want. When you finish, take your time to touch up any areas you think need work, and then don't forget to add your artist's signature. And now, you have another Coachella Valley work of art for your collection. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Paint with Michele. Please remember to share your works of art on social media and tag the Creation Station or use the hashtag Paint with Michele. We'll see you next time, makers.